I have a weird update for you in regards to the Hollywood premiere of Snow White. We all know about the London red carpet being canceled by Disney, but it seems that the Hollywood debut is also being drastically scaled back.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Airy. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you're watching on YouTube, ring that little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast and consider becoming a channel member. All right, so it was kind of old news that Disney canceled the London red carpet of Snow White. No one was really surprised by that news. That's why I didn't do a video on it. And also, it's Europe, so I really don't care. But it is interesting because Disney, for some reason, is obsessed with Europe, particularly England. I think that's just kind of a layover from the Michael Eisner days. He really put in a lot of work getting Disney into Europe for some weird reason. I guess he just wanted to expand the Disney marketplace, which good for him, but whatever. Well, now it seems that Rachel Zegler's antics on social media, on off the cuff interviews, and being involved in SAG strikes has also caused controversy in the land of Hollywood, where red carpet premieres are pretty much a dime a dozen. And that's not to say that they're not really great. I've actually covered red carpet premieres in my days of being a journalist and have worked with them. I've seen documentaries, short films, feature length films, all kinds of movies on a red carpet premiere on Hollywood Boulevard, including ones at the Chinese Theater. And they are a lot of fun. You get to interact with people involved with the film. You get to get early audience reaction. You get to network with other people who are involved in film criticism. Anyway, it seems like with the live action Snow White remake that Disney has seen the writing on the wall and that they are scaling it back where there won't be any press allowed on the red carpet. It's just going to be the stars and other people involved with the movie showing up, walking across the red carpet. There's going to be photos, and then they're going to go straight into the theater. The cast and crew are not allowed to interact with the press, and press aren't allowed in the movie theater. At least that is what is being suggested. This is according to Fox News. Walt Disney Studios is foregoing the glitz and glamour for the upcoming Los Angeles premiere of its live action Snow White movie. Variety reported this week that the studio is scaling down the film's red carpet premiere on March 15th, making it a smaller event than Disney's typical big budget premieres. The smaller red carpet event will not be attended by media outlets that usually attend premieres to speak to the film's cast and crew. Though film stars Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot are set to attend a pre-party and screening at LA's El Capitan Theater, media coverage will only include photographers and a house crew. Disney did not reply to Fox News Digital's questions about why the premiere was downsized, but the news comes as the film has been mired in controversy for years, stemming from the outspoken views of its lead actress, Zegler, as well as the film's original portrayal of the Seven Dwarfs. Zegler has courted social media backlash on a variety of occasions since the start of the film's production, taking heat for comments slamming the themes of the classic 1937 version of Snow White. During Disney's D23 Expo in 2022, the actress told the media, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird, so we didn't do that this time. Zegler made other comments trashing what she perceives as the original film's anti-feminist bent. The comments prompted a deluge of social media responses slamming her and the film. Since then, Zegler has dismissed her online critics, claiming that her response is simply due to her outspokenness and being fearless with her opinions. Zegler courted even more backlash with her response to the 2024 presidential election. Following President Trump's win last November, she's posted on Instagram, "May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself never know peace." F. Donald Trump, she added. Shortly after sharing her post, the actress apologized, stating, "I let my emotions get the best of me. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding, and I am sorry I contributed to the negative discourse." The article then goes into more explanations on the controversies that Rachel Zegler has garnered as she became a walking PR nightmare for the House of Mouse. And this is something that was completely avoidable. Snow White was the first Disney princess movie to ever debut, right? It was the thing that put Walt Disney and the Walt Disney Company on the map. It is what sent them into stardom as an American company that told timeless tales. Were things always perfect? Absolutely not. But the Disney brand held on strong. It overcame all kinds of adversities and told amazing, timeless stories. I grew up in the period of the Disney Renaissance, where you had The Lion King and Aladdin, and they were expanding into television with Toon Disney and the Disney Channel. I saw the Goofy movie. I saw another Goofy movie. I saw Treasure Planet. I saw the expansion into Pixar with Toy Story and A Bug's Life and so many amazing films. And instead of returning to that golden age of originality, of adapting true, good, beautiful stories, they decided to take another direction under the failed leadership of Bob Iger. Bob Iger chose to allow animators and writers and producers to subvert expectations, to mock things like love at first sight and true love and romance. We saw this with Enchanted and Frozen and Wish, which Wish was supposed to be their 100-year film. And instead of going back to their roots, back to the animation style that made them popular, back to the storytelling methods that made them win the hearts and minds of Americans and all over the world, they decided to double, nay, triple down on identity politics and avoiding those things that made them great. They're going to stick to that bland 3D art that they continue to push out. They want to avoid romance. They want to continue to push this narrative that there aren't really any villains. Now, in Wish, there was a villain, but what a lot of people pointed out was he wasn't a villain until he got betrayed by the movie's heroine, right? Or hero, whatever you want to call her. They blew it. And then with Snow White, you cast one of the most obnoxious actresses to portray Snow White, the debut Disney princess. And on top of that, you cast one of the most beautiful actresses, Gal Gadot, to portray the evil stepmother. And you allow Peter Dinklage from A Game of Thrones, and he had a guest appearance in 30 Rock. He's been in so many movies and television shows. He went on some radio or podcast interview and he criticized Disney for using actors with dwarfism to portray dwarfs. And this is so aggravating because Peter Dinklage does not speak for the entirety of that community. So many actors with dwarfism could have portrayed the seven dwarfs. So at first, Disney tried to do seven magical creatures where they got the lamest looking bunch of actors to do it, and that famous photo leaked of it. And so then they went back and they did these CGI monstrosities to create the dwarves when they could have gotten real actors who could have portrayed them. And it is just so disappointing. Every single problem with this movie could have been avoided. They could have cast anyone better to play Snow White than the smug, self righteous actress that is Rachel Zegler. And now they have taken Snow White, which is about a good and beautiful young woman who is being betrayed by someone she thinks cares about her, and she is forced to make new friends in an enchanted forest and fall in love with a prince from afar. And they've taken it and they've made it about a girl trying to find herself. How selfish is that? I'm so tired of these movies about characters wanting to find themselves. It is so trite. It is overused. It is a bad trope at this point. But to put some selfish notion of finding yourself, of being the leader that my parents thought I could be, and to make Snow White, whose skin is white as snow, to, oh, I was born in a snowstorm. Yawn. That is boring. Disney needs to return to its roots, and hopefully they will. But if anything, this scaled back film is going to be a huge loss for Disney, and hopefully this will teach them a lesson. I doubt it, but we'll have to wait and see. If you like that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment, and tell me what you think. Do you think I'm right or wrong about the whole Rachel Zegler and the Snow White premiere being scaled back? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, don't forget to ring the little bell so you get notifications when I post a new vidcast if you're watching on YouTube. If you want to support the channel, become a channel member on YouTube or check out my locals community. You can become a monthly member, or you can send my articles tips. Don't forget to check out my website, StudioJakeMedia.com, where you can find all kinds of articles about film, television, anime, books, and so much more. Another way you can support me is to buy one or all four of my books. They're on Amazon.com. Just search my name or check out the links that I have, and you can purchase one or all four. Leave me a 5-star review. It really helps out small indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.